leave that there. Alright, yeah, orbital shipyard, let's hop into it. Boop, boop, boop.
He's a boo 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 boo. He's a boo boo.
Oh my god, she's... Oh my god, put this back on the auto game screen. No, do it again! Do it again! Do it again, quick! Oh my god, it was so cute. No!
I can't.
So she was like scratching his tummy and he's kicking his feet all over them. Oh my god! I am so envious of your cat sometimes. He's just so freaking adorable. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're hopping into game, not on the camera. Womp womp.
Holy moly. One viewer.
Holy moly's hosting us for one viewer.
Trying to match Cholo Biscuit.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are in game number 1 of a brand new best of 3. Another TVZ, in fact. I'm very excited to see how this one plays out. Spawning on the lower side of Orbital Shipyard is going to be the Red Terran player, Candies Love Me, who we just learned was happy.
On the top right has the blue Zerg. It's, actually I forgot. Losira.
Losira hype!
Barcode.
Now, if we end up running into Losira a little bit more down the line, guys, you know what? Screw it. I'll just put a name tag on him next to the barcode because people are going to keep asking anyways. And I like to be accommodating, so text. One sec, because it looks messy for a moment, guys. It's really cool to see Losira playing too, by the way. Again, just in general, folks, a lot of these guys have been really... Not even the players limited to Kespa teams, but a lot of the Koreans in general have wanted to stay on Heart of the Swarm, help their friends practice. It's what they've become accustomed to and used to. But hell, we even saw J-Dong streaming just the other day. And hopefully we're going to start seeing some more Kespa players get involved too. I know we've seen a little bit of Samsung Galaxy, a couple from MVP.
I really wish I had seen all of J-Dong's games. I was doing something else and whatever. Because when he first tried Heart of the Swarm, you know, 2-3 years ago, it was actually a really funny stream. Like, Widow Mines were, you know, what the numbers were very initially were, I don't know if overpowered is the right word, but they were explosive, that's for sure. And he didn't really know about them. So he runs like 50 lings and they stop in like a location. He checks back over and just like splat, like all of them die. And he's like, oh,
what the fuck? Kind of happened with carriers a little bit. Less funny, more salty, I think. But yeah, J-Dong's stream was interesting to say the least.
Didn't he play in like the show matches at BlizzCon?
I don't recall if it was him. I know that one of them was, you know, we had Team Stardust Jakshi versus MC Hyun, I think it was.
That's PVT though. There definitely was a Zerg Archon. I'm pretty sure it was J-Dong.
Maybe.
But even if it wasn't, the Zerg who played in that, like, saw carriers, and they were even like more broken with their interceptor eject, and they were just like, how do you kill it? Like, what the fuck?
I think it's a problem a lot of people are having right now. BC certainly on Wednesday had the struggles. But, alright. Well, as far as this game goes, looks like we're going to have something similar to last time. Looks to be like it's potentially Banshees, but really it's likely for that Liberator upgrade. It's funny too, like you've got this unit, the Banshee. Insanely mobile, high damage, can cloak, but nobody really cares for it. Everybody wants the Liberator instead.
Yeah, the poor Banshee really just gets shoved to the side here.
Well, I mean, it was the all-star for the start of the beta. The Hyperflight rotors was insane. Nobody could even touch the damn thing. Oh, she's got her cat back. It's unfair, guys. Here's the thing, right? Like, Zombie Grub, good girl Zombie Grub, never distracts Rifkin with, like, boobs or lewdness or anything, right? It's always her damn cat. I don't know what that says about me as a person, but, like, anytime I hear her giggling, I very quickly look over and it's like, yup, it's Apollo. It's the kitty.
He's just such a good kitty, Rifkin.
you just don't know, Rifkin, okay? You just don't know. My cat just drools and pees on everything, so I don't have that. I'm just sad and jealous, is what it comes down to, frankly.
So obviously, this is the exact thing that Happy's been doing for the past 2 games. I've seen him. Will Losira have a better response? Already has a spore crawler that he's building. It's gonna be at the front though. I guess it's orbital shipyard and if you don't go in the back, you can always just attack fronts and help to catch them trying to get a third base and like cut off their path, almost like a force field of the Liberator.
Yeah. We'll speak of the Liberator. It's on the way right now. So these queens aren't gonna be able to sit on the ramp for long. And we saw last time Happy didn't need Hellbats. Just push with Hellions. Did some really good kiting. In and out, in and out.
Yeah.
Just everything we're saying sounds like a fucking euphemism.
I could have sworn that was a spore crawler. I don't know why I'm crazy. Well, he's building one in the back anyway, so either way.
Yeah, and he's gonna need it. Liberator coming in hot. Actually, probably gonna go down.
Yeah, it's gonna die.
Queens in time.
It's enough queens for sure. That was the best response we've seen today, but that was what we were seeing like last patch or 2 patches ago, because the patches have become more and more frequent, was people have really figured out how to deal with the Liberator pushes on specific maps. They knew exactly where to put the Spore Crawler, they knew that they needed this many queens, etc., and they went from being unbeatable, quote unquote, according to some Zergs, to being like, you know, like an opener, like a Hellbat push opener. And it seems to be that, yeah, if you know what to do, you're gonna be okay. And now we have a problem where there are 9 Mutalisks just straight up at the same time coming out here, and the production isn't really strong for Happy. It's okay, right? Like, yes, some Marines, but it's not very strong. These Mutalisks could really start the ball rolling if they get a nice, I don't know, first attack.
Yeah, it's a funny dynamic too, because it is just how much damage does the Liberator do early, and it'll really affect just how much of the follow-up is. Again, last game, or last series, barely a couple meters came out of Gamja. This time, kind of messy, kind of gross.
Yeah. The Liberators really should have bought more time, but that push was just, like, seriously stopped in the tracks, and, well, now he has to deal with harassment, and you know, a game going kind of in control to Losira here. Now it is still 3 base versus only, well, almost 3 base of Losira, which is not obviously better for the Zerg player. But these mutas do give him a certain, you know, it's certain time to know that he can drone and get up to that perfect economy and then get the big flood of units.
Well, Mita's gonna come in here and try to get some kills. I mean, there's not a lot that's not covered. Happy was quick to get some turrets up, so it's not so bad. Production's looking strong as well. There we go. Marine's gonna get unloaded here as he tries to fly away. Liberator gets a shot off. Not that bad. We do have a question in chat though, based on what we said earlier, saying Banshees are no good in the mid game. Who makes those? And that's not entirely true, is the thing, right? Unfortunately, we haven't seen a lot of use of it because the Liberators are just simply better, cheaper, and more cost-effective. But the thing that was so cool about the Hyperflight Rotor Banshees, and why I really want to see them come back again, is that they could outrun the Overseers. So even fast units like Mutalisks could never catch them. It was hilarious.
Oh, that was worth it. There's a lot of health and a lot of those mutas. Oh, and on the retreat, gets caught by the Liberators.
Ooh.
They are, well, they were kind of spread out. Now they're trying everywhere to go everywhere now.
Yeah, it's still
There's
gonna be
a lot of them.
It's gonna be an expensive trade for Losira, that's for sure. But at the same time, this is where we start talking about things like Corruptors. Now, back in the days of Heart of the Swarm, the Corruptor would clear out any stuff in the sky and then be useless afterwards because, frankly, you didn't really get the Hive Tech so easily as a Zerg player. Now you've got stuff like Hive Tech, but more importantly, that ability that lets the Corruptors essentially pee on buildings. I still haven't learned its name, and I don't think I ever want to, because it's just funner. It's more fun to refer to it as peeing and pissing on things. But yes, it's got a lot more practicality to it, and we got to see a lot of this. I think it was just even last week. A lot of the Corruptor usage versus Terran.
Yes.
But it's still continued mutas here for Losira, and this may just be the causality of, hey, I'm a Heart of the Swarm player playing Legacy of the Void. Like, you remember watching Ryung those first couple of weeks? He won and got to the finals of every single Olimoleague, and it would just flop because he wasn't using Legacy units.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that, I mean, this attack went actually really great. Those Banelings got some really nice connections on the Marines. Is that mutas still provide the counterattack and the mobility of harassment that Corruptors don't. Even though they can pee on things now, it takes a while for it to ramp up, and obviously you don't want them like flying in like mutas, just not as quick as them. So I don't like, mutas are good, but, you know, obviously when the Liberator count gets really high, then Corruptors are probably better. But you can't blame Losira, who had this nice kind of time where he had a nice set of mutas, and, you know, Happy was on the defensive initially. And, well, maybe now that the game sort of, you know, equalized and everyone's gotten to where they want, lots of Liberators, lots of Lings and Banelings, maybe now it's the time to go into those Corruptors.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give Losira this much. His macro has looked pretty solid while this is going on. His drone count was really high, gained to 81 despite the Liberators early on, and his creep spread looks fan-freaking-tastic. So even if he is going to be stuck with using what is brute force styles of units, it still could work out for him. By the way, we have to make these cheerfuls at BlizzCon where we make like one of the base and then the trade signs like Ace 1, Ace 2, and then like wave those around together.
Well, I get we could.
I think it would look so cool.
We definitely could. As the Liberator count gets to be crazy, like this is starting to get insane, I think that Losira might start thinking about other options. There are the Corruptors.
There we go, yeah.
You know, maybe we're going to be the better option. But even then, I wonder if this is going to be enough. That is a crazy amount of Liberators.
Yeah.
4 at a time.
Oh, he's got to get these down, though. Bailey's just like, oh, do we go in? Nope, let's just turn the hell around. The Corruptors, though, do have to be a little bit careful. A lot of the times you see the Liberators, it looks like free pickings, and you kind of forget that despite how tanky you are, you're flying over a horde of Marines.
Yeah. In fact, speaking of tankiness, went for that +1 Carapace. Definitely very useful. Unable to deny a 4th, just goes for his own 5th and 6th, double expanding. This is probably the longest in a TVZ go on, to be honest. Usually it's ended with a Liberator push by now.
We've seen a couple of cool mech versus Zerg games though recently, right? Like,
okay, but I meant exclusively like Bio versus.
Yeah. Actually, there was a game BC played. I think it was for the Gauntlet or something. It was like him versus True, and apparently went for an hour long in Legacy. That blows my mind because we've never seen anything like those games. Don't happen anymore. Those are incredibly rare. And as much as those really long games would create some hype on Heart of the Swarm, I imagine it's going to be even more hype on Legacy just because of how much more rare it is to get that long of a game going. God, that's a lot of Liberators, though. And the nice thing is they do have upgrades coming to accommodate them, but you know, one of the big things was the Corruptors were never shown. Oh, gosh. This could be bad.
The Air Army is not bad for Losira. It will be if it ever clumps up, you know? So it's...
oh, God!
Oh, but speaking of clumping up, that army just does not spread at all.
And then he sieges up. Oh, my God. Happy has gone full Zap Brannigan here in this engagement and thrown away just about everything. More Liberators rallying forward.
Oh, no. Oh, that went so south.
That
now,
could...
luckily...
Oh, God.
He has a drop, so that's going to buy him some time.
Not
He's
enough.
on 5 or 5 bases.
No.
This is I still think. Oh, okay. Well, those SCVs might die, but even then, he could be okay. Yeah. Now they can't blow up the planetary.
Whoa.
Right? That's not enough.
No, but just F2, collect your forces, and go in there. You know, more Bailey's on the way. Now it's going to be enough.
Liberators are on their way out, though. If they can get sieged up to protect that planetary, it's not going to go down.
I just don't think you recover from throwing an army like that. I'm sorry, but like as a Terran player, you're never going to have the economy for that, much less the production.
You need like 2 to 3 minutes to recover. But, I mean, the thing is that the Zerg could really mess up.
Oh, God.
This is not Losira messing up. This is him absolutely clenching the win.
Turrets are getting some good kills, though. That's always nice.
Yeah,
God,
wait, what turrets?
Can we talk about how turrets just tickle Corruptors? Like, damn.
Yeah, they're great. Loses 2 bases in 1 fell swoop, and the rest of that army. GG.
Well, game number 1, gonna go to Losira. Happy can't be very thrilled about that. I certainly wouldn't be. That was bad. This is all I can say. I don't know. There's no other way to describe that.
Very bad engagement.
Huge bets on Happy for the series, by the way. Almost 12,000 Partoofs on him with just shy of 7,000 on Losira.
Yeah, that actually might have been an overconfidence issue, honestly, because I still believe he's a cutie when he says that he's doing amazing and Happy's like really, really good. It's just that he steamrolled these other Zergs, and now he faces someone who actually I knows what he's doing. Perfect defense versus the Liberator thing. Really nice defense against that 1 push. Like, he needs to take it seriously.
Yeah. Well, it's a bigger map.